I want to get right into it. The first thing of today, Bucks versus Panthers, Thursday night football. Always great time. Monday night football and Thursday night football. It's always a great time for the weekdays. Um, Kids coming from school, getting ready. If they enjoy football, getting ready for the night to hang out with the family, especially their dads. Um, But anyways, the Bucks versus Panthers. It was their second game. Panthers were coming in 0-1, and the Bucks also 0-1. The Bucks were like on a 14-game losing streak with Jameis Winston as the starter for away games, and that is over time. The biggest debate right now. I just wanted to mention that real quick because the main thing about this game is that the Panthers lost. And a lot of people didn't know that was going to happen. A lot of people did bet, of course, the Panthers to win it because of just the record and how the Buccaneers have been going about it. But there's been a debate after that game especially that people say that Jameis Winston is better than Cam Newton. Cam Newton, the first pick of the draft, also went to a Super Bowl, lost of course, but did also win MVP that season. Say he's washed, and says that Jameis Winston is better. Now keep in mind, Jameis Winston has not been close at all to any of the accolades that Newton has been to. But analysts have come out and said that they say Winston is better. Which in my mind, when I first saw that, I was like, why? How has this came up? A few years ago, we thought Cam Newton was like a top 5, maybe people would debate top 3 quarterback in the league, which I didn't believe. I mean, Cam Newton's great, but he's not Peyton Manning. He's not Tom Brady, in my opinion. But he's a good quarterback. He can lead a team to the playoffs. He is definitely a good enough quarterback to pull that off. He has leadership. Great guy in the locker room. All-around talented guy. But I think people are pushing this really, really quick here. Cam is a lot better, and I even watched the game just to make sure I knew this. I don't know if anyone else watched the game or just assumed. Yeah, Cam, he did have an off night for completions. Yeah, he did miss a few throws that were off, but he did get some really nice throws in. He had nice completions. Honestly, if you wouldn't have known the history, you probably would think the same thing as every other person, as thinking that Cam is washed. But he's not. I mean, let's be honest. Does anyone remember Cam having a shoulder injury? He had to get shoulder surgery during the offseason. He didn't really even have an offseason. The Panthers, there was 2 games left last season, and they shut him down. And he had to get shoulder surgery. But yeah, anyone saying that this man can't play anymore is ridiculous. Like he's coming off a shoulder surgery injury in his throwing arm, I believe. Not only that, I gotta admit, it's the Panthers. Like, let's not act like this is the Panthers team that went to the Super Bowl. Okay, come on now. Like they got Greg Olsen, which he did amazing. Did amazing last night. Did great. But it's not enough. It really isn't. You got to have the good all-around team to pull that off. And this Panthers team is not that Panthers team before. This O-line is one of the worst in the NFL. I'm sorry. Someone might disagree with me, but it is definitely one of the worst O-lines I have seen in the NFL right now so far this season, which has only been 2 games. Who knows? Maybe it might get better. I don't know. But yeah, that also leads me into that as well. It's only been 2 games. Let's give Cam time, all right? Let's Let's let him get back from this injury. A lot of people, I feel like, tend to forget people need to heal from these injuries. They need to get back into the groove. They can't. Some players, you know what, are so gifted. You know what? They can just walk back in and deal with it. They had surgery. You know what? They come back. They're still Hall of Fame player. But Cam is not. He's not that kind of quarterback. He needs time. He's had so many injuries. I looked it up. This man has like a 45% chance of getting injured this season. If you look it up and his injury possibility, he has a 45% chance to get injured this season. That's crazy. He's had all kinds of injuries, which kind of comes from scrambling. That kind of hurt, obviously. But yeah, why? I don't understand. Like, why are we hating on Cam Newton? I feel like that's all we do. It's just hate on this man. This man's a great quarterback, but again, he's not Peyton Manning. He's not Tom Brady. He's not that kind of quarterback. But he's definitely still better than Jameis Winston. I look at Jameis Winston. He's still not good. He still does everything he has been doing the past few years. And I don't understand why the Buccaneers keep keeping this man. They need to trade him. I'm saying this now. I know some people might hate me. Maybe the Buccaneers fans might hate me. Maybe they might agree. I don't know. They need to trade Winston. I'm sorry. He still has terrible tendencies. So bad. He looked good. Yeah, stats say he's great. He still throws some passes that he shouldn't. The number one thing I see from him that he shouldn't be doing is that he tries to throw too deep. He forces the pass too much. He really does. You'll see early in the game that he threw a pass downfield and the Panthers defender was wide. He was way over his wide receiver, but he didn't get the interception. He tried to throw a pass into the end zone. Obviously, it didn't complete because the Panthers defender was all over his wide receiver, and I don't know why he had thrown that. I mean, Winston's been in the league now for already a couple years. He's been in the league so not too long, obviously, but long enough to know that you shouldn't be forcing passes like that on like a 50-yard drive, chucking up passes to your wide receiver on the third down. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Cam's great. Winston, no, he does not compare. I will take Cam Newton over Jameis Winston any day. And if you don't agree with that, then I don't know.